Good morning. Situate this and we can get started. Geez. Okay, cool. We're gonna start in child's pose today. So go ahead and come towards the back of your mat. You always have the option to keep your knees together or separate them and bow forward. And as you get nice and comfy in your child's pose, start to set an intention for today's practice. Something that's going to help guide you. Any distractions or background noise come forward. Something that can assist in bringing you back into focus. If you'd like a little bit of movement, you can rock your forehead from side to side, waking up your third eye, and releasing any tension you may be holding in your face and your shoulders. Begin to bring awareness to your breath. Are you breathing really rapid or really shallow? So you can begin to gain back some control just by taking a deep inhale in and exhaling out. Slowly begin to lift your forehead up off of your mat. Walk your hands in towards your lap. Come into hero's pose. So if your knees are separated, go ahead and bring them together to sit back on your heels. Sit up nice and tall. Just begin to roll your shoulders back. And rolling forward. Come back to neutral. Plant your left hand down on the floor. Right arm is going to come up and over, creating some space on the right side. And you have an option here if you want to go a bit further. You can walk your left hand out, maybe lean onto your forearm. Just make sure that your butt stays on your heels though, so you create that space. Come back up to center and come to the other side. Plant down your right hand, left arm comes up and over. And again, you can walk your right hand out, lean onto your forearm, or you can stay lifted on your hand. And come back to center. Go ahead and wiggle it out if you need to. Take your arms out nice and wide. And then as you bring them to center, your right arm is going to come underneath your left to create your eagle arms. It's okay if you can't fully clasp them up, as long as there's some kind of bind. Keep your elbows lifted, shoulders pressed down. On your next exhale, gently bow forward. Try to keep your butt glued to your heels. Allow your belly to be soft. We're going to start to activate digestion. Give our intestines and organs a little bit of a massage this morning. So we'll just hold here for just a few breaths, not for too terribly long. Come all the way up, release your arms nice and wide, really open in the chest. And then bring them to center. Left arm will come underneath your right. Elbows lifted, shoulders pressed down. And then on your exhale, bow forward. Again, allow your belly to be soft in these seated folds. And then come all the way up. Release, open your arms. And then come back to center. Begin to roll your neck, back, side, front, side. Getting out any crackles that might still be there from this morning. I apparently have a lot. That was a really loud pop that scared me. And go the other direction. And come back to center. Now lift your gaze up towards the sky. And then bring it down towards your lap. As you bring it down towards your lap, you might feel some lengthening in your spine. That's okay. If it's too sensitive, don't look down that far. But just go back and forth. And doing this, we're working those tiny muscles at the back of the neck that so easily get tangled up. When they get tangled up, they create cluster headaches, migraines, tension headaches, any kind of sensitivity in your eyes. So those tiny little muscles connect to your ocular nerves. So this very quickly became one of my favorite areas to start working with. If you have headaches at all these little fibers back here, they all connect to your eyes. And bring your gaze back to center. Go ahead and shift your weight forward. Come onto all fours into your tabletop position. So your hands are in line with your shoulders, knees in line with your hips. Again, you can press into your feet, tuck your toes, or lift them up. And we worked into the top of our body. Let's start to work into our spine a bit more. Start your cat-cow. On your inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. And as you exhale, tuck your tailbone, bring your gaze between your legs. Do this to your own breath, your own pace. Just to help deepen your own connection with your body. Come back to a neutral spine. Bring your right arm up towards the sky. And then thread it through, lower all the way down to your right shoulder. With your left hand, if it's kind of uncomfortable right here, you can reach it towards the top of your mat. If you're reaching towards the top of your mat, bring your left hand back into center. Press and lift your right arm back up towards the sky. And lower it down. Go ahead and realign yourself. And other side. Lift your left arm up towards the sky. And thread it through. Same deal if your right arm is in the way. Go ahead and reach towards the top of your mat, create a bit more space for yourself. Bring your right hand back to center if you moved it. And press your left arm back up towards the sky. And then bring it down to center. Reach towards the top of your mat as far as you comfortably can. And then bow forward, come into your melting heart. Now you have some options in your melting heart today. You can always do whatever you want with your feet, whatever's going to keep you the most active. But if you bow forward, try to keep a flat spine if your forehead's on your mat. Or if you want to create a back bend, you can do that as well by resting your chin and lowering your chest. Just to start working into the front body. So you choose whichever option works best for you. If you feel any kind of strain, like you can't breathe or catch your breath if you're taking the back bend, I suggest just taking the lengthening version. And if you're in the back bend, go ahead and press into your hands. Rest your forehead on your mat. Go ahead and lift your head up. You're going to lower your forearms down, shift your weight all the way forward. Come into Sphinx. You're going to be on your belly. Your chest is lifted. And just lowering our way down the spine. We'll just pause here for a few breaths. Your gaze can be wherever you like. You can look down, you can look forward. In the same way that we play with cat and cow, we're going to play with Sphinx and seal. So take extra time with this because you are playing with back bends. So you'll start in seal, start in Sphinx. As you inhale, you'll press up into seal. So you'll be extending your arms, keeping them far away from you. Your hands shouldn't move. And then when you exhale, you'll come back down into Sphinx. So inhale up into seal. Exhale down into Sphinx. So just do a couple of rounds to yourself. The next time you press up into seal, just pause. And if you'd like to deepen here, you can begin to walk your hands closer to your body. So come into your striking cobra. Go ahead and bend your elbows, lower all the way down to your belly. Rest your forehead down. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. They may already be there. Tuck your elbows in. See if you can press and come into your upward facing dog. Then tuck your toes, shift your weight all the way back, come into downward facing dog. Now we're getting into the legs, the lower body. We'll pause here, just pedal out your feet, start to wake up your hamstrings a little bit. Lift your right leg, step it all the way through to the top of your mat. Come into warrior two. So you get a deep bend in your right knee, pressing into the blade edge of your left foot. Extend your arms. If you'd like a little challenge in your warrior two, I invite you to flip your palms up towards the sky, to redistribute some weight. And if you want to go even further, try closing your eyes. If you can test your balance. Are you grounding down into your feet? Go ahead and open your eyes if you close them. Straighten your right leg. Bring your feet nice and parallel. Bring your hands to your hips. Begin to rock your pelvis from front to back. And then doing this, we're creating that little compression and release in the lumbar. We're also training our body to hinge from the waist instead of folding from the upper back. Next time you tuck your pelvis back, lead with your heart, come to a wide-legged forward fold. Now you have some options here. If you're locking your knees, you feel kind of trapped, you can heel toe your feet out a bit wider. See if that gives you some room to actually fold forward. Press into a halfway lift, creating a nice flat spine. Heel toe your feet in a bit. You're going to create a deep bend in your right knee, creating some length in your left leg. Now, if you want, you can keep it just like this, or you can rotate onto your heel. You might feel a deeper sensation that way, and that's okay. And we're just going to walk and create that on the other side. So walk your hands towards the left, deep bend in your left leg. Right leg extends. Just go back and forth, explore a little bit, see what feels good for you. If keeping your right foot planted is uncomfortable, lift your heel. That's okay. Do one more on each side. And then come back into your wide-legged forward fold. Press into your halfway lift. Bring your hands to your hips, press into your feet, come all the way up. Point your left toes towards the back of your mat, create warrior two on the other side. Extend your arms. Again, if you want to play with it, you can flip your palms, you can close your eyes. Straighten your left leg. Bring your feet parallel, walk them in. You need to change directions if you have a wall behind you, that's fine. If not, give yourself some room and just begin to rock back and forth on your feet. Rocking from your heels to the balls of your feet. Just coming back and forth. Getting some blood flow into the balls of your feet. And I don't really care what you do with your arms. I know I'm one of those people where I need direction or I'll just stand there awkwardly. I don't care what you do with your arms. Whatever's going to help you keep the most balance, feel the most comfortable. The next time you come upon the balls of your feet, I want you to pause up there, keep your heels lifted. If you're shaking, that's okay, it's just your nerves firing. So in doing this, you're activating one of the main muscles in your calf. There's two main muscles. So in doing this, you are activating one all on its own. And then we're going to start gradually bending the knees. Start activating the other. Now, as you bend your knees, you're activating the one in your calf that wraps around your knee. So you may start to feel a little bit of pull. Maybe it's on the outside of your leg. Maybe it's on the inside of your leg. Just pause. And go ahead and release. Extend your legs. Release your heels down. Wiggle it out if you need to. Now you're going to ground down into your left foot. Create a nice sturdy trunk. Spread your toes nice and wide. Create your roots. Take your right foot to the inside. Have your ankle, calf, or thigh. Your arms can start low. They can start at heart center, wherever you like. And once you find your point of focus, you can begin to grow your tree. Go ahead and lower your branches. Release your right foot down. Shake it out if you need to. And come into the other side. Put your nice sturdy trunk in your right foot. Spread your toes. Get your roots. Left foot will come to your ankle, calf, or thigh. And then just gradually move your arms to where they want to be. Go ahead and lower your arms, release your left foot. Again, shake it out. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Have them point out into a little V shape. Inhale your arms up above your head to lengthen. Exhale, bring your booty to a hover. Come into your malasana or your yogi squat. And you have options here. You can sit on a block if you'd like. You can keep your hands planted. You can keep them at heart center. You also have the option to stay stationary, or you can rock from side to side, creating that little baby massage in your hip joint. There are days where I feel like rocking back and forth, and there are days where just staying still feels really nice. Slowly begin to bring your hands behind you, sink your butt down, and then extend your legs the length of your mat. And begin to allow your belly to be soft here. Flex both of your feet. Inhale your arms above your head to lengthen. Exhale, fold over your legs. You don't always have to touch your feet. If going this far feels like enough today, that is okay. You have to honor what your body actually needs instead of fighting with your ego for what you want it to be. Sometimes it just doesn't work that way. And the more you fight to be in these positions that your body doesn't want to do, the higher risk you are for injury, and the more your body is going to fight you about it. Slowly come all the way up. Bring the inside, bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Create a nice figure four with your legs. Then inhale your arms up to lengthen. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Try to keep a bend in your knee. And go ahead and slowly come all the way up and switch sides. So release your right foot and then bring your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Inhale your arms up to lengthen. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Go ahead and release all the way up. Release your left leg. You can shake it out if you need to. If you're feeling a little bit of tension, that's okay. And go ahead and bend both of your knees and slowly lower all the way down to your back. Hug your knees into your chest. And just slowly rock from side to side. Take your arms out nice and wide. And lower your knees towards the left. Your gaze will come over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lower your knees towards the right. Your gaze will come over your left shoulder. Inhale back up to center. And then extend your legs the length of your mat. Allow your feet to fall open. Your arms come down to your sides, palms face the sky. Begin to slowly loosen the control over your breath by just returning to your natural rhythm. If you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes and allow your body to fall into Shavasana. Begin to bring awareness back into your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes, gently rocking your head from side to side. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug for showing up for yourself again today. Just making your time and practice a priority. Lower down to one side, come into your sleepy baby. And with whichever hand landed on top, press up into a seated position. However you need to get there. Allow your hands to come down onto your lap. Your left palm facing down, your right palm facing the sky. It's a way of staying grounded in your practice, both on and off of your mat. Bring your hands to heart center and bow your head. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you on Friday for our coffee date.